Hi Amy, it's such a great pleasure to have you on the show today.
Taylor, thank you so much for having me here.
So what got you interested in the paranormal activity and what inspired you to create Chattanooga Ghost Tours?
Well, I practiced law for 20 years, and when I stopped, my kids and I had always said before, why doesn't Chattanooga have a ghost tour? We love taking them in other cities, and it's such a tourist city. So when I stopped practicing law, I decided to see if there was enough ghosts in downtown Chattanooga to justify a ghost tour through the city. And sure enough, it turns out there are. There's actually a woman who calls herself the Ghost Hunter's Ghost Hunter that says Chattanooga is the most haunted city next to possibly New Orleans and Savannah. So that's why I started it. So we'd have something that all the other cities are trying to have.
Right. And what's your favorite haunted place or ghost story that is discussed in your tour?
Well, we have several different stops. Probably my favorite one is underground Chattanooga. The level of the city was raised an entire story to prevent the kind of flooding that they had in New Orleans back around the turn of the century. And since then, there have been several sightings of ghosts in portions of the old level of the city that you can still see. At the stop that we use, it's probably the most active spot on our tour. We've had people see ghosts, we've had doors open in front of people with no one around, doors that are very heavy to open. We've had people hear things. We've gotten tons of photos of that location, so that's probably my favorite location.
Great, and what do you like most about running the ghost tours?
I love dealing with all the people. I get to meet so many people, chat with them, tell them what everything that Chattanooga has to offer, not just the ghost tours, but everything. I get to hear everybody's stories. When you own a ghost tour, everyone wants to tell you their own ghost story. I love the ones that start with, I don't believe in ghosts, but, and then they go on to tell you about their encounters. So I really enjoy that.
Sure, and what's the craziest experience that any of your guides have ever had?
Probably my guide Hope is the one that attracts by far the most ghostly activity. And I know her favorite story that she likes to tell is about a young boy at the underground Chattanooga location that I mentioned before, who had been along on the tour really young. He was about 4, and wasn't really paying attention to the stories at all. He was over to the side playing when suddenly he got stock still. Everybody noticed him. You know, he was looking around for his mom, and the way Hope tells it was first he said, "Mom, heard a voice," and they waited a second, and then he came out and said, "Voice said, get out!" So that's probably my favorite one of the stories that our guides tell about things that happen on the tour.
And what does Chattanooga have to offer as a haunted destination?
Chattanooga actually has an abundance of activity for people who are looking for a haunted vacation. A lot of people, when they think of ghost vacations, think of Savannah because they have so many ghost tours. But in Savannah, you can take ghost tours of the same locations over and over with different people. Here in Chattanooga, however, we have a great variety. Of course, you can take a ghost tour with us. We also offer ghost hunts through UTC's campus and down to Citizens Cemetery. You can stay in a haunted hotel room at the Sheraton Reed House. You can stay on a haunted riverboat at the Delta Queen, or you can even stay in a train car at the Haunted Choo Choo. If you want to eat in a haunted restaurant, there's Southside Saloon. If you want other haunted locations nearby, there's Hale's Bar, which has been featured on both Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters. It's about a half an hour from here. Raccoon Mountain Caverns offers their ghost tour once a month. That's actually the one location that I've been where I actually saw something, and the only reason I tell people that is that there's a whole room full of people that saw it, so it's not just me, 200 feet underground with all the lights off. When a blue orb starts flashing, there's not really too many other reasons for that to happen. So Chattanooga has a lot to offer people looking for that sort of vacation.